Well, hello everyone, Dylan here with another LEGO Fortnite review, and this one's on the Durr Restaurant, of course. So on the front of the box here, we which have the LEGO Fortnite logos and border and picture of the set in sort of a desert area of it, and then also bonus Fortnite in-game outfit with LEGO styling of which on there. And then recommended ages is 10 and up. Set number 77076 has 546 pieces. And on the back side of the box, have some other views of the set and how all the pieces of it kind of come together and all. And the logos again and there. And now onto the manual, which sort of one of these odd renderings that they've been doing over the last few years, and the in-corner QR code also unlocks a hidden skin for the game, of course. The transition from plastic bags to paper bags, with an ad for the Builder app. And on the back, how to win on the online survey. And all the pieces that come with the set, of course. Of which 4 pages. And then advertisement for some other sets in the wave, of which Colombo next review, so look forward to that. Ad for Rebuild World. And then the last building steps, well, of one building arrangement. First of which are the minifigs included. So first of which is exclusive variant of Bright Bomber, of which obviously different outfit than we've had in last year's Battle Bus set, which with similar torso printing, which definitely workable with some custom minifigs if you wanted, and it was still having the llama on there, and then alright, there. And then of course wielding both sword and shield, and then also the hair hack combo piece, like we've seen on most other minifigs and other themes, but luckily now, but with different coloring, like with in pink for the hair and also black for the cap, and some neat printing to there. But let me get this off there. See better view of the face printing. Quite good face printing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think this might be the same as from last year's Battle Bus set, but yeah. And the next of which is Beef Boss, which I and some say, wish could have been included in last year's Durr set, but although that would have bumped it up a bit more, but at least having him in this set just about is fair and good. Whereas for the torso print leg printing, which quite nice for that, although looking kind of bit like Two-Face in the DC theme, but yeah. And then also have this sword piece, or long sword piece, which probably came in some Lord of the Rings sets. Correct me about that in the comments. And then the leg printing with some quite interesting details to there, very nice. And then the headpiece, which, let me get this off. Okay, which as you can see does look kind of close to in the Durr set of last year, and also the one in this set, but obviously done quite well with the long tongue and with different looking eyes in both ways. Kind of quite fun, derpy. Whoops. And of course, just about as good as, and of course, well done prints to it, just like we see in the Sonic the Hedgehog themes and Animal Crossing theme. And then lastly is Grimmy, with a quite neat, or quite kind of terrifying face printing, but definitely workable in some of mocks if you wanted, and then A quite nice torso printing, also kind of workable with some custom figs if you want, and yeah. And then the hood piece, also like we've been seeing in most themes as well. And then lastly is the kind of ongoing skeleton, which nice, which comes like we see in a couple other, like we saw in the adventures with smart spark plugs that thing. And then on the back sides of each of them, each of which have some quite good double-sided faces, but let's see, none for Bright Bomber, and neither any for Gridme, of course. And I guess that is about it with this mini fig selection, of course. And now onto the Durr Burger restaurant itself, which, as you can see, is kind of close to that of most restaurant sets that we get in like City and such, but also with kind of hollow on one side. So kind of good callback to the Krusty Krab and Chum Bucket sets in the SpongeBob theme from the mid-late 2000s. But otherwise does have a quite fun, consistent color scheme of like orange, white, blue, and brown on top, but some other various colors inside. But yeah. And now for the front part of it, which also to note is these little sections do, since it's all resting on one single plate with little hinge parts in it, but these little sections can come right off and they're their own separate things. So like this one section, which is kind of a little dining area with some, which like we'll also see with the interior, some of consistent color scheme of orange and purple for that, and then also do have this little bottom kind of piece acting as the table, and also with both a yellow mug and a tile piece as an egg, or just a boiled egg or something. And then this top umbrella part of it, which obviously meant to look like a Durr burger with this dish piece in orange, and then a couple plates to be a tongue, and then also classic telephone piece holding these eye pieces onto it, which obviously quite fun and nice to see here. And then on to one section on the other side of it, which is this one of it, sort of, and of course this with some like brown pieces, like little slopes around, and it's all on this large green plate, obviously to be grass. Then, and also have this like plant piece with leaf pieces above, and then also these red spike pieces, mainly to, of course, representing hot chili peppers. Or so, like we kind of saw in a couple other sets of the theme, but yeah. And then on the other side of it is this little drive-through menu for that, showing some of the various things or items on the menu, like combos and the burgers themselves, and the peppers, of course. And then the other side of it, which is just some like quarter kind of pieces there, and then also the rounded plate from the Mario theme that has a sticker piece on it saying "order" on it, since it's where to order at. And then as for the rest of this exterior, which obviously do have a large window kind of area in here, and then also some orange tiles and some like kind of quarter tiles around, and then one side of which is just a couple windows there, and then behind this one of which just another bunch of windows, and also the small window pieces in solid blue. Kind of interesting to see there, and then also this doorway, this little door that opens up and leads up inside. And then also on top of which, this little roof assembly, which a whole bunch of jagged slopes in both brown and darkish brown, and some in orange for that. And then do have these kind of rounded bricks around for that, going all the way around it, and then on top of which is just a big, large tile piece that saying serving as the Durr burger sign to it, and then backside of which some Technic pieces just holding it all together, and also a bit of asymmetry with that, but of course one of which holding the uh, downsized Durr burger, which I'll go over later. And now onto the interior parts of this set. This does have some kind of open space to it. Got the cash register area, and then also a mini Durr burger kind of build. Kind of feels almost like the ones that were used in the Scooby-Doo and SpongeBob sets from years past. And then one side which just probably a little cup around there, and then also do have probably a little fountain or drink fountain area with different colored tile pieces as different beverages, and then also a little condiment kind of area for condiment packets around. And then on top of which you have this some extra space to it, like have this little crate that has an extra pepper in it, and also a couple pieces of dynamite, which we have seen for a long time, most likely since Power Miners of 2009, and also a little shovel piece as well, and resting on a collectible minifig stand there. And then lastly is just a spider piece, which we have seen in like Lego City for quite a long time, and obviously in most other themes as well. And then interesting thing with this roof assembly is you can like take it all off, and then also knows how it's resting on all these blue jumper plates and black tiles around it. And then also interesting thing is, and also they are all resting, or all these parts are all resting on various jumper plates around, and you can like have that and just pop them off and arrange them however you want. Well, if you get this set and look through the instructions, you would know. And how the roof assembly fits on there very good for that. But however, little thing to note is if you were going to pick it up from the roof part, it actually works quite well for that. But best option is just hold it in the center part or down below, and so you don't have to worry about it. So you don't worry about it dropping and breaking apart. And so now, lastly, the Durr burger on top is you can like pull it off quite easily. Well, obviously, this little build here kind of similar to that of the like standalone Durr burger set from last year, but obviously smaller, and of course, well, made to fit this set. And of course, all of that set by itself was probably just as an additional novelty thing or something. But however, the detailing of which kind of similar to that set, but and also with the like slope pieces just in smaller size. Same with the pink piece for the tongue, but now in pink rather than coral for that. And then the eyes, which also like that, but just with Technic ball joint pieces, kind of like in the Mixels sets from the early 2010s, but also can like hinge up and down, of course. And then also also major improvement over the other one is can like swing right open. What? And got a little bit of a mouth-like assembly, of course. And then on top is a couple of BB-8 head pieces as the top olive piece as well. And also do have a couple of rounded plates in there, mainly to connect to the top part of the sign part, which this little tan piece over here can fit on like so. Although you could modify the standalone Durr burger set and attach it as well if you wanted, but although that might kind of like make it more heavy for that, but this more light than that. But yeah. So now for my overall verdict on this set, I say this Switch a very good set for how it is. Like obviously nice to get a smaller build of Durr Burger, and also nice and also neat that and also nice that it's a whole Durr Burger restaurant as well, and also also a good minifig selection. Like nice to get a variant of Bright Bomber, also also nice to get Beef Boss, of course. But uh, although although it would have been nice if we could have had some other special figs if you in or exclusive minifigs in this as well, but maybe that would have been a little much. But yeah. But however, for the price point of it, like $50-$60 which kind of good for how it is. So kind of like most Fortnite sets, quite good uh, price points for them. Well, despite having some like extra minifigs and such, and also some good minifigs as well, but also little thing. And whereas for just this set, I say this which one of the good fun ones as well, like the moving around the windows and column pieces, of course, and also for the removable Durr Burger as well, and also kind of, but also quite good having a little restaurant type of build, even though being kind of vacant like an Animal Crossing set. Although, unless if you modified it to be fully complete, then have across from like your Krusty Krab and Chum Bucket sets from the SpongeBob theme, or some other things, or the recent Simpsons Krusty Burger as well. But yeah, but and again for the price point, I say quite good for how it is. And also this set also workable as a good parts pack of like orange, blue, and brown, of course, and also with a couple of leaf pieces and spike pieces in red as well. And what else to say? Not much, but yeah. And so now, if you're looking to get this set for your Fortnite set collection, then definitely pick it up. And if you're looking to get a small size Durr Burger and also the Beef Boss and uh, exclusive Bright Bomber minifigs, then definitely get this set. And if you're looking to have the extra in-game skin, then that comes with this set, then also definitely pick it up. And that's it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.